I thought my husband loved me. But my cousin's baby looks exactly like him. No DNA test can fix what's already broken. I need to tell someone what I did. What we did. Because the truth is sitting in a car seat at family dinners now, staring at me with my husband's eyes. It started so small. That's what I keep telling. Like it matters. Like the size of the first lie changes anything. My cousin Jenna moved to our city 3 years ago. Fresh divorce. Broken and beautiful in that way that makes people want to fix. My husband Mark suggested we help her settle in. He's always been kind like that. God, I loved that about him. I was the one who invited her to everything. Girls' nights. Sunday brunches. Our anniversary dinner, because she was lonely, and I wanted to be the generous one. I literally handed her access to my entire, and smiled while doing it. The first time I noticed something, we were at a barbecue. Mark was teaching Jenna how to use our grill, because her apartment didn't have one. She laughed at something he said, and touched his arm. It lasted 2 seconds. Maybe 3. I felt something cold slide down my spine, but I pushed it away. That's what do when you're a good person, right? Trust. I asked Mark about it that night. Casual, breezy. And Jenna seemed to really hit it off today. He looked confused. She's nice. Kind of going through a lot. Yeah, I said. She is. Then I let it go. I actually let it go. 3 months later. Jenna needed help moving furniture. Mark volunteered. I had a work thing I couldn't miss. Important client. I remember kissing him goodbye and feeling proud that I had such a helpful husband. Proud. Like I deserved a medal for not being jealous. He came home 6 hours later. 6 hours to move a couch and some boxes. Took a while, I said, not quite looking at him. Yeah. She had more stuff than I thought. We grabbed dinner after. Didn't want to bother since we're working late anyway. Dinner. They had dinner. And he said it like it was nothing. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe I'm rewriting history now that I know how it ends. I started watching after that. Not obviously. Just paying attention. The way she texted him memes. The way he always seemed to know what was going on in her. The way she wore her hair down around him when she usually wore it. I became the villain in my own story by noticing. Isn't that twisted? I felt guilty for seeing what was right in front of me. 6 months in, she called him at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. Panic, he explained, already putting on his shoes. I'll be back in an hour. He got home at 3 a.m. I pretended to be asleep. He smelled like her perfume. Sweet. Floral. The kind that clings. I should have said something then. I should have burned it all down right there. But I was scared. Scared of being the crazy wife. Scared of being wrong. Scared of being right. Know what I did instead? I invited her to my birthday party. 32 candles, and I made sure she was in every photo. Because if I acted normal, maybe everything would be normal. That's the lie I sold. Mark got me a necklace that year. Beautiful. Expensive. Deserve everything, he said in front of everyone. Jenna was wearing the same perfume she always wore. The one I smelled on him that Tuesday night, and every Tuesday night, after when he started checking on her regularly. The thing about betrayal is that it doesn't announce itself. It moves in slowly, rearranges furniture, sleeps in bed, and calls itself love. And just let it. Because confronting it means admitting, already knew. I knew. God help me, I knew. But I didn't know she was pregnant until month 7. She announced it at Sunday brunch, her hand on her their belly. Her eyes sliding to Mark for just a second too long. The father isn't in the picture. She said, voice small and brave, but I'm doing this alone. Everyone rallied around her, my mom, my sisters, me. We her a shower. I bought the most expensive stroller on her registry. Mark assembled the crib. He was so good with her. So attentive. So present in ways he hadn't been with me in months. The baby came early. A boy. She named him Connor. I saw him in the hospital. All wrapped in blue, and my heart stopped. Not because he was beautiful. Because he looked exactly like the photo of Mark as a newborn that sits on his mother's mantle. Same dark hair. Same nose. Same everything. I stood there holding my husband's genetic copy, while Jenna watched me. And I knew she was waiting. Waiting for me to say something. Waiting for me to break. I didn't. I smiled, I cooed. I took pictures. I went home and for 20 minutes, Mark noticed. Okay. Been off since the hospital. This was my moment. My chance to rip off the band-aid and demand the truth. Just tired. I said. Work's been crazy. 3 weeks later, my sister sent me a photo from a family gathering I'd skipped. Mark holding Connor. The baby's hand wrapped around his finger. The look on his face was something I'd never seen before. Soft. Unguarded. Completely in love. My sister captioned it. Best uncle ever. Uncle. The word felt like a. Because we both knew what that baby was. And we were all going to pretend anyway. For Jenna. For family peace. For the sake of not causing a scene. I stared at that photo for 3 hours. Then I texted Jenna. We need to talk, just us. She responded immediately. I was wondering when to finally ask. We met at a coffee shop 40 minutes from home. Neutral territory. Somewhere no one we knew would see us. I got there early and ordered tea I wouldn't drink. My hands were shaking so badly I had to sit on them. Jenna walked in looking tired. Beautiful, but tired. Motherhood suited her in that annoyingly perfect way. She ordered something complicated. Paige then slid into the booth across from me. So, she said. No preamble, no small talk. Connor looks exactly like Mark. My voice came out steadier than I expected. Everyone sees it. No one's saying it. But everyone sees it. She stirred her coffee slowly. Round and round. The spoon clinking against ceramic was the only sound between us. Yeah. She finally said. Not a denial. Not even a flinch. Just confirmation delivered like we were discussing the weather. Something inside me cracked. How long? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. Tell me how long I've been sleeping with my husband. She looked then. Her eyes were dry. Calm, like she'd rehearsed this. 18 months. Give or take. 18 months. I did the math automatically. Connor was 7 months old. She got pregnant around 11 months into their affair. Almost a full year of lying. Of family dinners. Of her crying on my shoulder about being alone. Of me comforting her while she carried my husband's child. The panic? I said. They weren't real. Some of them were. She took a sip of her coffee. Some of them were just an excuse for him to come over. And the baby. Was that an accident or accident? For the first time, something flickered across her face. Guilt, maybe. Or just discomfort. I was on birth control. I don't know. These things happen. These things happen. Like pregnancy is a weather event. An act of God. Not the direct result of her sleeping with her cousin's husband for a year and a half. Does he know? The question burned coming out. Does Mark know Connor is his? She hesitated. That's how I knew the answer before she said it. He knows. The world tilted. Everything I'd built my theories on collapsed. I thought maybe Mark didn't know. Maybe he'd been seduced and tricked. Maybe he was a victim too, in some twisted way. But he knew. He'd known for months. Since before Connor was born, probably. And he'd let me throw Jenna a baby shower. Let me buy gifts. Let me hold his son and call him my cousin's baby. He wanted to tell. Jenna added quickly, like that helped. But I asked him to wait. I didn't want to destroy the family. Mom, sisters, they've been so good to me. I didn't want to lose that. Unbelievable. The laugh that came out of me sounded wrong. Broken. Didn't want to lose what? The free babysitting. The support system built by sleeping with my husband. It's not like that. Then what is it like, Jenna? Explain it to me because I'm struggling to understand how justify this. She leaned back, her jaw tight. Want the truth? Fine. Mark was lonely. We're always working, always busy, always putting career first. He felt invisible in his own marriage. There it was. The blame. The justification. I was working too much, so naturally he had to sleep with my cousin. Basic cause and effect. I work because we have bills. Because Mark's job doesn't cover everything and he knows that. We talked about it. We agreed. Talked. Decided. Told him it was fine and then left him alone every night. What did think was going to happen? My tea was cold now. I wrapped my hands around the cup anyway, needing something to hold on to. So this is my fault. I didn't say that. Just did. We're saying I worked too much and pushed him into bed. I'm saying marriages fall apart for reasons. Ours fell apart because my ex cheated. Yours is falling apart because stopped being present. We're cousins. My voice broke on the word. We grew together. Were at my wedding, caught my bouquet, gave a speech about how Mark was the luckiest man alive and how hoped to find love like ours someday. I did find love like yours. She said it quietly, almost gently. I found yours. The cruelty of it was stunning. Surgical. She wasn't even trying to soften it anymore. Does he love? I asked. Mark. Does he love? Wes. One word. Delivered without hesitation. And it destroyed me more than anything else she could have said. What happens now? I heard ask. Jenna finished her coffee. That's to. Can tell everyone and the family. Mom will have to choose between her daughter and her niece. Sisters will pick sides. Holidays will be a nightmare. Or can keep it quiet. Divorce Mark on some other grounds, and we all move forward. Move forward. I stared at her. Mean let keep playing happy family with my husband while I pretend everything is fine. I mean, let everyone keep their dignity. Me. Mark. Connor. No one needs to know the details. Connor. I said his name carefully. That baby deserves to know his father. He will. Mark wants to be in his. But publicly, he'll just be the devoted uncle. No one gets that way. I'm right now, sitting here, listening to plan out how to keep a fair going while erasing me from my own marriage. She stood. I'm sorry. I really am. But I'm not sorry about Mark. Or Connor. They're the best things that ever happened to me. She left money on the table for her coffee. Walked out, left me sitting there in a coffee shop 40 minutes from home, staring at cold tea and trying to remember how to breathe. I drove home in a fog. Mark's car was in the driveway. He was home early. Waiting, he was sitting at the kitchen table when I walked in. His phone was face down in front of him. He looked exhausted. Jenna texted me, he said. I know met with her. I set my keys on the counter very carefully. Connor's yours. Yes. Known the whole time. Yes. And we're just gonna, what? Keep lying. Keep pretending. Watch me hold son and say nothing. He stood. Took a step toward me. I backed away. Don't, I said. Don't come near me. I was trying to figure out how to tell. I didn't want to pie. Didn't want to me. My voice was rising. I couldn't control it. Got my cousin pregnant. I've been having an affair for a year and a half. Let me throw her a baby shower. Let me buy gifts for child. Watched me smile in family photos while and Jenna had a secret and I'm the only one who didn't know. Everyone didn't know. Mom knows. I said it like an accusation, because suddenly I was certain. I saw how she looked at Connor. She knows. He didn't deny it. Who else? Brother friends. How many people have been watching me play the fool? No one's watching. No one thinks we're a fool. I am though. I sank into a chair. I'm the biggest fool in this entire nightmare because I knew. Mark, I knew something was wrong and I ignored it. I ignored every sign, every red flag. Every moment my gut told me something was off. He sat down across from me. What do you want me to say? I want to say it was a mistake. I want to say you're sorry and I'll do anything to fix this. I'm sorry. I do pie, but won't fix it. Can't fix it. Because love her. The silence was answer enough. Get out, I whispered. Pack a bag and get out of my house. It's my house too. We bought it together. Then I'll leave. I don't care. I just can't be here with Bon. He reached for my hand. I away. Please, he said. Let's talk about this. Really talk. We can figure something out. Figure what out? Have a child with my cousin. Love her. What's there to figure out? How we move forward. How we handle this with the family. How we make sure Connor. Stop saying his name. I was crying now. Crying. The kind that makes face hot and throat raw. Stop talking about him like he's some neutral factor. He's some. Yours and hers. The baby made while we're married to me. Mark's phone buzzed. He glanced at it automatically. His face softened. Is that her? I asked. He didn't answer. Show me? No. Show me phone, Mark. He stood, grabbing it off the table. I'm not doing this. We're upset. We'll talk when calmer. I will never be calmer. This is as calm as I get. Show me the phone, or I'm calling my lawyer right now. He held it out finally. The screen showed a photo of Connor. Jenna had sent it with a message, missing his daddy. Come by when can. His daddy, not Uncle Mark, or anything coded, just daddy. Because in her home, in their world, he was allowed to be what he was. I looked at my husband and saw a stranger. Go to them. I said. Clearly that's where want to be. He left. Took his keys, his wallet, his phone with pictures of his son. The door closed quietly behind him. I sat in our kitchen until it got dark. Then I sat in the dark until I couldn't tell if my eyes were open or closed anymore. Somewhere across town, Mark was probably holding Connor, probably kissing Jenna, probably living the he wanted while I sat alone in a house that suddenly felt like a museum of a marriage that never really existed. My phone rang. My mom. I let it go to voicemail. Then my sister. Then my mom again. The voicemail notification popped. I played it. Honey, Jenna just called. She's very upset. She said accused her of something terrible. Please call me back. I'm sure this is all a misunderstanding. No, Jenna would never, just call me. Please, my own mother. Already choosing sides. Already defending her. I deleted the voicemail. Turned off my phone. Sat in the dark. And that's when I realized the worst part. The part that made everything truly unfixable. I was angry at Jenna. Furious at Mark. Devastated by the betrayal. But when I thought about Connor, that innocent baby with my husband's eyes, I felt nothing but resentment. Cold, bitter resentment toward a child who didn't ask to be born into this mess. That's who I'd become. The kind of person who resents a baby. The kind of person who loses everything and deserves it. The divorce took 8 months. 8 months of lawyers and mediations and my family asking me to just explain what happened. Well, simultaneously it clear they didn't actually want to know. I told my mom everything 3 days after Mark moved out. Sat her down in her living room and laid it all out. The affair. The timeline. Connor's paternity. I watched her face cycle through shock, denial, anger. And then something worse than all of those combined, resignation. This is going to destroy the family, she said finally. Not, I'm so sorry. Not, how we're holding. Just concern about the family structure. About Christmas dinners and birthday parties, and how we'd all navigate this socially. It already is destroyed, Mom. Mark and Jenna destroyed it. But no one else knows. If could find it in heart be discreet about the details, Ella. I stood. Want me to lie? Want me to protect them? I want to protect all of us. Sisters adore Jenna. She's been part of this family since she was born. And Connor, that sweet baby, he doesn't deserve to grow with this scandal over him. He's Mark's son. Everyone should know that. Why? My mom's voice went sharp. What does it accomplish? Or getting divorced anyway? Mark will pay child support to Jenna quietly. In a few years, we'll meet someone new and this will all be ancient history. Why drag everyone through the mud? I left without answering. Drove home and realized I'd started calling it the house instead of home. In my head. My sisters were harder. Rachel cried. Said she didn't want to believe it. But the resemblance was too strong to ignore. She'd suspected for months. But didn't want to say anything. Didn't want to be the one to my marriage if she was wrong. Should have told me. I said. Would have believed me. Or would have accused me of stirring trouble. She had a point. I probably would have defended Mark. Defended Jenna. Defended the illusion because facing reality was too painful. My youngest sister Emma stopped speaking to me entirely. Posted a long Instagram story about family loyalty. And rushed to judgment. And innocent babies caught in drama. Never mentioned my name, but everyone knew. Jenna, a first birthday party for Connor. Invited the whole family. I wasn't invited. My mom went. Rachel went but texted me after saying she felt sick the whole time. Mark was there, apparently. Playing the doting uncle publicly while everyone pretended not to notice how he looked at Jenna. How she looked back. The divorce settlement was surprisingly simple. Mark didn't me on anything. The house went to me. I took my car, he took his. We split the savings. He agreed to pay spousal support for 2 years while I transitioned. His lawyer very carefully never mentioned Connor. Never mentioned child support to Jenna. That was a separate arrangement, handled privately. So it wouldn't appear in our divorce documents. Even in the legal paperwork, they were protecting their secret. I saw Mark one last time before everything was finalized. We had to sign papers in person, some technicality I didn't fully understand. We met at his lawyer's office. He looked different. Older maybe. Or just more settled. Like he'd finally stopped pretending to be something he wasn't. "How are?" he asked while we waited. "How do you think?" "I know this has been hard." Hard. I looked at him. Really looked at him. Mark had a baby with my cousin. Let me believe our marriage was real while built a whole other. Made me the villain for noticing something was wrong. Hard doesn't begin to cover it. I never meant for it to happen. But kept letting it happen. For 18 months. That's not an accident. That's a choice made every single day. He was quiet for a moment. I love her. I know that doesn't help, but it's the truth. I love her in a way I never. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to more. We're going to say love her in a way never loved me. He didn't deny it. Did ever love me? Or was I just the person we're supposed to marry? The safe choice before figured out what really wanted. I did love. I do care about. But with Jenna it's different, it's. Stop. I held my hand. I don't need to hear this. Sign the papers and let me go. We signed in silence. His lawyer witnessed. My lawyer witnessed. Just like that. 7 years of marriage became a stack of legal documents. Filed in a county building somewhere. I walked out into the parking lot and Mark followed me. "Can I ask something?" he said. I turned around. "What?" "Do Connor, because of all this?" The question gutted me. Because the honest answer was yes. Yes, I resented that baby with everything in me. I resented his existence. His face, the way everyone cooed over him while my marriage disintegrated. I resented that he got to have Mark as a father while I got nothing but empty rooms and lawyers' bills. But I couldn't say that. Couldn't admit that the betrayal had turned me into someone who blamed an innocent child. I don't him. I lied. I just can't be around him. That's fair. I get it. Do? My voice cracked. Because I don't get any of this. I don't get how could do this. I don't get how Jenna could do this. I don't get how my family can act like this is just some unfortunate situation instead of a complete betrayal. They're trying to keep the peace. There is no peace, Mark. There's just everyone pretending so they don't have to deal with how this really is. He reached out like he might hug me, then thought better of it. I hope find happiness, I really do. With someone else, someone who isn't Pi. Yeah, I hope so too. Because right now, I feel like I'm going to be angry forever. I got in my car and drove away. Watched him get smaller in my rearview mirror, until he disappeared completely. That was 4 months ago. I've been to therapy twice a week since then. My therapist is kind and patient, and keeps telling me that healing isn't linear. Some days I believe her. Most days I don't. I deleted all my social media, after Emma's 3rd post about beautiful families, featuring photos of Connor. I couldn't watch anymore. Couldn't see the comments from relatives, praising Jenna's strength, as a single mom. Couldn't watch Mark's mom post pictures of her grandson, and tag everyone but me. The house is too big now. Too quiet. I keep meaning to sell it, but I can't seem to make do it. It's like if I sell, I'm admitting it's really over. That I really lost everything. I went on a date last month. Some guy from a coffee shop who asked for my number. He was nice. Normal. Made me laugh twice. I cried in my car after and never texted him back. I ran into Jenna at Target 2 weeks ago. Pure accident. I was buying paper towels and there she was, Connor in the cart, reaching for colorful boxes on the shelf. We made eye contact. She looked scared. I probably looked angry. I should have said something. Should have made a scene. Should have done anything other than what I actually did, which was turn around and leave my cart in the middle of the aisle and walk out. I sat in my car and watched her come out 20 minutes later. Mark met her in the parking lot. Must have been waiting in his car. He took Connor while she loaded groceries. The baby reached for him immediately. Easy. Familiar. Like they did this every week, they probably do. Mark the top of Connor's head. Jenna. They looked like a real family. A happy family. The kind see in commercials and think, that's nice. And I was alone in a parking lot, watching the I was supposed to have unfold with different people in it. My therapist asked me last week what I wanted. What would make me feel better? I wanted to say revenge. Wanted to say I want them to like I want their relationship to implode. Want everyone to finally see what they did and turn on them the way they turned on me. But that's not what I said. I want to stop caring. I told her. I want to wake one day and not immediately think about them. I want to hear Connor's name and feel nothing. I want to see family photos without them, and not feel like a ghost haunting my own. That will come, she said. With time. But I don't think it will. Because this isn't the kind of thing time fixes. This is the kind of thing that rewires, changes the fundamental way see people, see trust, see family. I used to believe in love. In marriage. In the idea that if we're good and kind and faithful, be rewarded with the same. I don't believe that anymore. I believe people take what they want and justify it later. I believe family is just people who happen to share DNA. Until it becomes inconvenient. I believe love is temporary and conditional and can be transferred to someone else like switching phone carriers. I believe I will probably alone. Not because I can't find someone, but because I'll never trust anyone enough to let them close again. My mom called yesterday, asked if I was coming to Thanksgiving. Said it would mean a lot to everyone if I tried to move past this and be there. Will they be there? I asked. Ani, Jenna is family, and Connor is just a baby. He shouldn't suffer because adults made mistakes. So that's a yes. Please think about it. It's been almost a year. At some point, we all have to move forward. I hung without answering. I won't go. I'll spend Thanksgiving alone in this big house, eating takeout and pretending it doesn't that my family chose them over me. Because that's what happened, really. When forced to pick, they picked the affair, and the baby, and the cousin who destroyed my marriage. They picked the easier option, the one that didn't require uncomfortable conversations or taking sides. They picked everyone but me. Sometimes late at night, I imagine different scenarios. I imagine confronting them publicly at a family event. Imagine demanding everyone acknowledge what really happened. Imagine forcing them to choose explicitly instead of through passive exclusion. But I never do it. Because I already know how it would end. They'd say I'm bitter. Dwelling. Making things harder than they need to be. They'd paint me as the problem for not quietly accepting my replacement, so I stay away. I build a smaller. I go to work, come home, see my therapist, repeat. I heard through Rachel that Mark and Jenna are moving in together. Making it official. Connor will have both parents under one roof. They'll probably get married eventually. Have more kids. Build the family they clearly wanted all along. And I'll be the cautionary tale they tell at parties when someone mentions their crazy ex-wife. The bitter woman who couldn't let go. Who made everything more difficult than it needed to be. They'll rewrite history so they're the heroes. Crossed lovers who found each other despite the odds. And I'll be the obstacle they overcame. Maybe I should have fought harder, made more noise. Refused to be erased quietly. But I was so tired. I'm still tired. I thought love was supposed to be the thing that saved. Turned out it was just the thing that taught me how much can lose when trust the wrong people. Connor turned 1 last month. I know because Emma posted about it. 47 photos of a little boy with Mark's smile. Surrounded by my family. I wasn't in any of them. It was like I'd never existed at all. And maybe that's the real punishment. Not the divorce or the betrayal or even the loneliness. It's the slow, steady erasure. The way gets written over by someone else's story until just a footnote people skip past. I thought my husband loved me. I thought my family was solid. I thought trust meant something. But my cousin's baby looks exactly like him, and no DNA test can fix what's already broken. Not the marriage. Not the family. Not me.